Hello everyone, and welcome to this installment of Hack or Hoax. I've been getting so many requests to do this particular video, and this is on a supposed hack that Nikkia Joy, I don't know that I am pronouncing her name correctly. Is it Nikkia? I hadn't heard of her channel or anything, and I looked in a few of her videos to see if she ever said her name, and I couldn't find her saying it, so I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But she seems like a lovely gal, really into makeup and everything. Of course, I will leave links and whatnot down below for you guys to reference. But she came out with a video quite recently, like within the last week recently, and it has gone slightly viral. It's got almost 500,000 views on it right now. She claims to have the answers to keeping your foundation on your nose if you have extremely oily or just problematic skin, in that your foundation slips and slides on your nose throughout the day. I don't typically have that problem on my nose. I'll still test it on the nose for you guys, but I'm particularly curious for it right around here, since that's where my foundation tends to go away. I didn't quite know how to do this because she uses a MAC paint pot. Well, basically, so the hack is supposedly that you can use an eyeshadow primer on your nose instead of a face primer, and that's gonna do the trick for you. Now, she uses a MAC paint pot as a primer. I can't do that. I've never tried a MAC paint pot, but any sort of like cream eyeshadow bases and whatnot, I need to have an actual eyeshadow primer underneath that. Otherwise, it doesn't work. I do have the supposed dupe that came out. It was limited edition, I'm sorry to say, but this is a Maybelline color tattoo, and this is supposed to be a dupe for the soft ochre paint pot that she used in the video. So I will be trying that, like just this as a primer on this half, and then on this half I'm going to use my actual eyeshadow primer, which is from theBalm. It is my holy grail. I'm gonna put that on and then put this on top of it to see if that, because I just there's so many variables that, like, if only my eyelids didn't crease from a paint pot. I just, it's ruining everything. But yeah, you guys really wanted to see this. Like I said, I've been getting so many comments, DMs on Instagram, even my friend Kat, hi if you're watching, she texted me saying she wanted to see if this works, so I figure this is a good one to do for you guys. I mean, I've got a whole list of other ones that you guys recommended for me, so keep them coming. I love hearing from you guys. But anyways, we'll get you zoomed in just a little bit here. Clearly don't have anything on my face at the moment, but I have washed and moisturized. First thing she said, you know, do your typical facial primer. I am using mine from Guerlain. I always have pertinent links down below, but she said to use this everywhere except your nose, which is really, really strange. I'll also avoid this part of my cheeks because, like I said, that part is where my foundation typically will come off, if at all. Oh, this feels so weird. I want to rub it into the middle of my face. Okay, but I won't. I will refrain. Do a little bit on my moustache. But there we go. Leave it at that. And then next, I'm gonna do this for the one half of my nose slash cheek. This feels so strange. I mean, really, the concept kind of makes sense. You know, why should an eye primer be so different from a face primer? I mean, it does serve different purposes. Since your eyelids have the fold in it and everything and whatever, but I get it, I get it. I think it's worth testing. So this will be the side that I have eye primer on. Doobity-boop, boopity-bop. And then we will go in with this color tattoo. This is the shade Just Beige, for anyone who is wondering. She said not to use like a ton, just use the amount that you would typically use on your eyelids. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. This feels like a strange concealer, and it also makes me wonder, I mean, I guess you would just pick a paint pot or cream shadow or whatever that matches your skin, because this would obviously look very different on someone who has much deeper skin than I do. But I mean, I'm not well versed in MAC paint pots, so I'm sure they do have deeper matte ones that might work. At least I would hope so, but I honestly, like I said, I don't know. So I don't know if that's enough. Her nose like looked concealed when she was done. Like, I know she said she didn't use a lot, but I mean, maybe it was just the lighting, I have no idea. But she said this was good for glasses wearers as well, which is great because usually that is why it rubs off in here for me, is because that's where my glasses tend to touch my cheeks from, you know, when I smile and whatnot. That's not how I smile. I was just like demonstrating my cheeks going up, but okay. So there is that. And then she also said at this point to go ahead and use a setting spray, which I've not tried underneath my foundation, but quite a few of you have suggested it to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead since she did it. Let that sink in. So for foundation, I wanted to use one that had a problem breaking down on me. Most of my foundations that I have right now, you know, the ones that I keep are ones that don't really break down on me. So this was kind of hard, but then I remembered that I just reviewed this one. So this is the Hourglass foundation stick in the shade Porcelain. It is a little bit light on me. This video should be going out after this foundation review. So if you want, I will have this linked down below, the review on this, and then also I'll have it in a card up there. But this was a great foundation from what I remember. I tested it last week and I haven't edited that video yet, but it worked really well, but it did fade around my glasses area. So she said to put this everywhere except for on your nose. That will come last. And I know I'm probably gonna get some comments about how, but she used a liquid. I know, I would have used a liquid. I want to make this as accurate to her video as possible, but like I said, the liquid foundations that I have at the moment really don't have problems with leaving my face throughout the day. At least not like excessively. So she said to go ahead and just do your foundation like normal, but don't put it on your nose yet. She said to just use whatever excess you have on your brush and to stipple that into that area afterward. So again, it feels very weird. I mean, hey, if this makes it so that my foundation doesn't leave that area, I mean, that's great. I would love for this to be an actual hack. You know, I didn't have to go out and buy any extra products or anything. And I'm not saying that just because I'm cheap. I'm just saying that, you know, it's nice to be able to, for anyone, to do a hack with things that they already have, or like a remedy, you know what I mean? You know, when you're in a bind and you're like, oh, I wish I had something to do XYZ, and then you just happen to have those random things lying around your house. Okay, so I know she said stipple. It would be a lot easier if I were using a liquid foundation, but you know, she says that so that you're not like smudging the paint pot, cream, whatever around, which makes sense, but it's a little harder with a stick foundation. So I think that did okay though, right? Right? I really love the way that this foundation stick looks on me. And a lot of you guys in the video where I did another video on the day that I was testing this out, and a lot of you were saying that you thought my skin looked flawless. I really like it too. So there we go. Then after that, she said, you know, you can go on and use a concealer if you need to use concealer on your nose area. I personally am doing okay in that region today, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my setting powder. She did suggest to do it's not really the baking method, but you know, with the damp blending sponge. She used a beauty blender, but you know, to do that and like push it into your nose. I've not tried that technique before, and I don't want to have too many independent variables. I mean, I know you're only supposed to have one independent variable, but I'm already doing this primer thing, and then with the spraying of the setting spray underneath, I don't want to add a third one in here. So I'm just gonna do my powder how I typically do my powder. And yeah, so there we go. She also said, of course, you know, spray to lock it all in. So yeah, there it is, all done. We'll get you zoomed in. My nose looks like my typical nose. I don't think that added any cakiness or anything, which I'm surprised about, but it looks pretty good. Truth be told, I think it looks better on the side where I didn't use my eyeshadow primer, but there it is. We'll see how this does. And there it is from far away. So I am gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup. It's not gonna be much today. I am just about to be running late. So I'm gonna go do that really quick, throw on some street clothes, and then I will be back in just a second to check in with you all here on YouTube land. Ready? Ding! All right, do you guys ever have those days where it's like, I legitimately know that I look really ridiculous, but like, I just don't have time to care? Like, I just... If you saw my whole outfit, you would be like, yep, I feel ya. But anyways, this is about the supposed hack. So here it is so far. Like I said, everything looks good, I think. Yeah, just as a little reference point, this is what we started at. There we go. There we go. I think, you know, it looks good so far. It's really not an exciting day, but it is a day. I know, I feel like I say that all the time, but I'm just going to get my nails filled and redone, and then I'm gonna get some work done, and then I am going to have my weekly trash TV night with my mom, and I'm just gonna get more work done later tonight. So that is my day, but that is a day for me sometimes. So we will see how this hack does, or who knows, maybe it's a hoax, but I'm hoping for a hack. It is currently 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna get going, and I will check in with you guys whenever I feel like I need to check in with you next. So I will see you all very soon. Bye! Hello everyone, good evening. It is the end of the night here. I'm sorry, I feel like I was really slacking on the vloggy bits today. I wasn't doing anything super vlog worthy, at least not in my opinion. I mean, I got my nails redone, which I'm so happy with. I think they look great, and this length is much more my style than the length that they had grown out to be, so it feels great. I can actually like type again on my computer and not have my fake nails get in the way. But I did that, and then I groomed my cats. I brushed them and trimmed their nails, and then I edited a video, or I worked on editing a video. Then I went over to my mom's, we had dinner, we just watched a bunch of trash TV and did our stitching projects and whatever. And yeah, then I came home, I finished editing a video, and here we are. That's basically it. So it is currently 1 o'clock on the dot in the morning. I was really hoping that this was gonna end up being a hack, because I feel awful that these first two things in this series are apparently not hacks. And I promise, this isn't me just trying to like discredit these people, you know, I'm sure these tricks work for them, but this did not work for me. It actually made my foundation look worse underneath my glasses than it did the last time. Like I said, you can go ahead and watch the Hourglass stick foundation review that I did earlier in my YouTube life. I don't know when exactly this is gonna get uploaded in terms of like chronologically with the actual foundation stick review. So anyways, Here we go, up close. You can see. It actually made the foundation gather where my glasses ended up touching my face instead of just rubbing off. It just gathered there, which to me is more unattractive compared to if it had just rubbed off. And it did this on both sides of my face, so it didn't make a difference whether I used an actual eye primer underneath the Maybelline Color Tattoo. So just... I had hopes, you guys, and I tried. I gave it a very fair shot. I am so sorry that this did not work out for me. I mean, try it yourself if you're curious. Who knows, it might end up working for you, but unfortunately, like I've said a million times, it was a no-go for my skin. I will just stick to my normal face primer all over my face and not like negate my nose next time. As always, I just hope this review slash testing of this hack or hoax was helpful for you. If it was helpful and or enjoyable, please do go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content from me in the future. I would love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!
To this club, right? And they had no baggy pants and no sneakers. That was wild. I didn't know what to think about that.